Yesterday, usually I'm a homebody, right? Especially on the weekends, I pretty much am at home. And on Sundays, I go to church, go home, watch games, and figure out what I want to do for my script for the next day. And yesterday I had planned on doing a recap video for my college basketball show, but instead of doing that, I ended up just watching the USC and NC State game, and then I ended up leaving for a event that happened in Chicago. And this event was about a woman that, honestly, I'd never heard of. It was about a woman who was 5'6". This is a woman who was an All-American point guard. This is someone who averaged a bunch of points in college. She averaged 18.8 points per game, 7.5 assists per game, 2.5 steals per game. She helped her team in 1985 go 30-2. She played in the NCAA Final Four. She played in the Final Four. She, in her 4 years in college, helped her team to a record of 102 and 15. 102 wins, 15 losses. This was a woman who beat the likes of Teresa Weatherspoon, the likes of Kim Mulkey. This is a woman who transcended the game in what she did on the court. This is a woman who has largely been forgotten about when it has come to women's basketball. This is a woman who I didn't even know who she was. Never even heard of her name until the documentary filmmaker who's working on a project about her and her life and her career, until he reached out to me via email and asked if I wanted to come to their sort of sneak preview event, and wrote a little bit about the documentary. And I was like, this seems interesting, because the way EJ Lee was described was that she was the Korean Magic Johnson. And I was like, oh, well, I know who Magic Johnson is. I know how good Magic Johnson was. Who is this lady? I've never heard of her. And I proceeded to go to the event yesterday. And the film is not done yet, but it is in the works. They do need additional funding to finish the project. But I gotta say, they played about 25 minutes of the documentary, and when I tell you, I was floored, and I was a little embarrassed in a way, because this lady was flat out fantastic in college. Flat out fantastic. EJ Lee was born in Korea, went to college in Louisiana, and in four short years in college, helped to turn her squad in Northeast Louisiana University into a powerhouse in college. Absolute powerhouse. And I didn't know who she was. This lady has played some of the best players that we talk about today, and I didn't know who she was. In the documentary, they ended up including some audio from some people you know, including Teresa Weatherspoon, who absolutely remembers EJ's game and how masterful she was on the court. And watching the documentary and seeing someone who was legendary in college basically get forgotten about, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And she was someone who very, 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 very acclaimed player. Finished her career, her college career. She played professionally for a little bit, but then ultimately she ended up being just a high school coach. Someone who had applied to a bunch of college coaching gigs. Like, she wanted to be a college coach. She's like, hey, I know what it takes. I've done it. And I want to be a college coach. And she, in the documentary, it said that she applied to like probably over 200 college coaching jobs. No one wanted her. Not because she wasn't qualified. Because, again, you look at what she did in college. You look at, again, even on the high school level, what she did, and you expect someone like that to get a coaching gig somewhere. And the documentary ended up showing her find out at the age of 60 that she was going to be a college head coach. And EJ and her husband has to pack up their stuff and move to West Texas to become the coach of a very, very small, I believe, D3 school. And she proceeds to be the head coach at Sul Ross State. That's the name of the school. And this team actually has a really cool turnaround under her. And anyway, the documentary itself was flat out amazing. Like I loved it, and the documentary filmmaker, his name is Jason, and he followed her. He moved to Texas and documented her helping to turn around this team, and just followed her throughout her life. And it was pretty cool. Now the film is not done yet. The film is not done, but they are making a lot of progress on it. It looks flat out fantastic. And they were like, "Oh, any feedback or whatever?" And they had like a feedback session where people could like get on the mic and say whatever. But like I was just so in awe of the film, of what I saw, of 25 minutes of what I saw. I was just like, wow. I don't even have anything to say. Kay Jackson, says I can't find much info on her. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. But that's the reality. And that's why Jason, the filmmaker, that's part of the reason why he did this film. Because of someone as big time as EJ Lee, for her not to have people learning about her, the fact that you can barely find any clips of her on YouTube is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And so shout out to Jason Ree. Shout out to all the people who are involved in making the EJ Lee documentary. Truly, guys, it is kind of cool to see. It really is. And I'm not sure exactly how long it'll take for them to finish up the documentary, but I gotta say, if you are able to, I will drop a link in the chat of where you can find out more information about this project. And if you can, please donate. Please donate, okay? Because telling these stories is super, super important. And I'm not even doing it justice. Like the documentary was so detailed and so awesome, but it's not done yet, and so we couldn't like record during the documentary, which makes sense. So I'm trying to do my best to try to tell the story, but it's not doing it justice. I advise you to go on their website, learn a little bit more about EJ Lee, and if you can, please donate. Because what Jason and his team is doing is pretty spectacular. It really is. And of course, because we're in the college season and college basketball is happening right now, EJ could not actually make the event itself, but we did end up getting her on camera after it was over. She was on an iPad, but anyway, here's that.
Wait, let me raise the volume real quick. Okay, feel free to talk.
We're proud of you.
Hi everyone! To support me and watch basketball. Please donate if you can and buy the special drink. Can't wait to visit and sports bar in the near future.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you for helping out with me. FaceTime is really hard, but thank you so much. I'm going to throw it over to Nora for our special unveiling.
But we need your help making it dramatic. We're going to do, when I say on the count of 3, I'm going to have you do a little drum roll. Yep, got it. I'm going to have you do a drum roll on your near surface or your legs, whatever works for you. Let's do a quick practice. Give me a drum roll, please.
Coach, can you hear me?
All right, I'm doing it too.
Can you do 3? Can you count down from 3, 2, 1?
Okay. 3, 2.
Drum roll, please.
Because Coach does not brag. This is a jersey where she went to the Final Four.
That's
right. She beat Teresa Weatherspoon. Carol Miller. She beat Kim Mulkey in this jersey. This is a living monument to Coach EJ. Thank you so much for being with us. It really, I'm so moved.
All right, so that was a little bit from the event yesterday. It was at Babe's Sports Bar, which is from what I understand, the only women's sports specific sports bar in Chicago. They just opened up a little while ago, and Nora, which is the person who unveiled the jersey, she is I believe the owner of Babe's. And check out that bar if you all are bar people and you're in Chicago and you want to watch women's sports at a bar, go to Babe's, okay? And the guy who was holding the iPad, that's Jason, the filmmaker for the documentary. And while I couldn't film the documentary itself, I did want to make sure to show that because it was just so special. It truly was. It truly was very, very special. A special event, a special place, a special human that the documentary was highlighting. And shout out to Coach EJ, who is coaching up a storm right now at Sul Ross, State University in Texas, and what this lady has done, what she has done for women's basketball is so important. And there's so many times where we don't really give people their flowers because we don't know they exist, right? There's so many legacy women's basketball players who have been just flat out amazing, but they've been lost to history. They've been lost to history where people no longer know who they are, right? Where people like an EJ Lee could be basically invisible to a women's basketball superfan is a problem, right? And there's so many other fantastic players like an EJ Lee who dominated. Again, if you look at EJ's stats, you compare them to today, who's doing them? Her numbers were flat out amazing. I'm talking 18 points a game, 7 assists per game, averaging over 4 years, right? And this was back when Northeast was very, very good squad. Very, very good squad. And so when we talk about history, when we talk about the legacy of players and coaches and whatnot, my goal is to try to bring more stories like this. Whether that's amplifying what other people are doing, like Jason and his team are doing, or it's trying to get the story myself. Either way, I want to have more times like this where we're talking about what's happening currently in women's basketball and whatnot, but talking about the pioneers that have helped this game grow. And so shout out to Coach EJ, shout out to Jason, shout out to everybody involved in the project yesterday. Shout out to they ended up having a panel yesterday as well. Zoe Chow, Shunling Lee Young, I should say. They're both a part of the project. Paige Crawford from League of Their Own was there. Maya Goldberg Safar, like she was, I guess she was the person who told Jason about me and to invite me to the event. And so shout out to you. And also, fun fact, this documentary is being supported by Together. And so we saw, before the documentary started, Sue Bird, who was not there, but she did record a specific welcome to us. And so shout out to Sue Bird and Together for being a part of this. Shout out to everybody who's a part of this film. And yeah, if you have the finances, please go help, fund the finishing of this film. And truly, guys, I can't wait. Whenever this thing actually comes out, you can bet your bottom dollar I will be there. I'll be front and center to watch the documentary finish, because it's fantastic already. I only watched 25 minutes of it, and it's not even done yet. But it was spectacular. So shout out. I just had to talk about it, okay? I didn't mean to talk about it for this long, but truly, if y'all know of people who are making documentaries and who are doing stuff, who are honoring the past and some of the awesome players who have graced us on the court, send it my way, okay? Send it my way. And if you are a former player, if you know a former player, like, send them my way. I would love an opportunity to be able to do more to highlight the legacy of women's basketball, because women's basketball did not just start a couple years ago. It didn't. There were players in the 80s, like EJ, who were doing anything flashy with the handles, flashy with the passes, doing anything. And we got to talk about it, okay? We have to talk about it, okay? So, anyway. Lynette says, that's so dope you were invited to such an event. Yeah, it was really cool. It was very, very cool. Like, very, very cool. But yeah, if y'all know of any other stuff like this, like, please, let me know. Callie Direct says, have you seen her play in person? Question mark. And you're saying third option? Question mark. That's insane. I don't totally get your question, but no, I didn't see her play in person. I was not alive when EJ was playing basketball. I was not alive. I was not born. So no. But in the documentary, they did get some like archival clips of her playing, and some of her passes were pretty cool. That's all I gotta say. So the clips that I've seen that they featured in the documentary of her just hooping was really, really fun. She was a really good passer. Like, that was her thing. And so no, I have not seen her in person play because no. Kay Jackson says she's talking about Juju. Oh, have I seen Juju play in person? Yes. I was at the Final Four, not this past year, but the year before that. Yeah, and USC was in it. Yeah, I did see Juju play in person. Yes, I have seen her play in person. Donna says, Quita, was EJ the first Asian American to play in women's college basketball? I don't know. I'm really not sure. Yes, Tulip. That's a fantastic suggestion. I think that's a fantastic suggestion. Squirrel. Yeah, because the chat don't stay on topic. The question was about Juju. Yeah, here's the thing. I just be on a tangent and I randomly look at the comments, and then like literally the first comment I look at is what I put up. And so I didn't know. That's what he's talking about. Anyway, check it out if you can. Put it in the comment section. But if you are just listening to this, well, you can make sure to check out the website when you have a chance. The website is ejleedocumentary.com. So ejleedocumentary.com, or just search EJ Lee documentary and then it'll pop up. But yeah, this lady was amazing. Is amazing. And again, I didn't know she existed. I didn't. And that's embarrassing. But if you can help financially support, I will drop that link in the comments section, because they are looking for funding on getting everything finished. So if you can spare a few bucks, that would be much appreciated. Also, we did have a member of the first Olympic gold medal team for Team USA in the building yesterday. And we also had a member of the Chicago Courage, I believe that's the name of the team, there as well. And so, yeah, and I wish I would have actually had a chance to grab that video. Actually, you know what? Let me do that right now. Let me grab that video because I was like, man, I'm in the presence of legends. It was again, guys. I think it's just there's so much when it comes to women's basketball that we just haven't heard about. We haven't learned about, right? So many amazing players who have done their thing that could walk past us on the street and we don't even know. And so my goal here, yes, tell the stories of the now, but also help to elevate the stories of the past as well. Okay. Amelia says, thanks for sharing. I'd never heard of her either. Yeah. Actually, question for the group. Has anyone heard of EJ Lee before this segment? Anybody? Because I hadn't. And when I tell you, I felt so embarrassed. When I was like, man, I don't even know who she is. But watching some of the highlights and whatnot, I was like, yeah, this lady was a baller. She was a straight up baller. All right, here's a clip here's a clip of Maya introducing some of two of the legends that was in our presence yesterday.
Be here without them. And we have a couple of these folks here today. We're also going to get some Chicago basketball education alongside it. So first I want to welcome up, this is a person who played, she's originally from North Carolina. She played for North Point College. She was an All-American there. And then she played in the WBL, the first pro women's basketball league here in the U.S. She was drafted out of college, which is very cool to think about, right? 1978, getting drafted out of college to a pro women's basketball league to the New York Stars. And then she spent her career in Milwaukee with the Milwaukee Does. And then she came right here to Chicago to play for the Chicago Hustle. This is an original candidate. And she stayed in Chicago ever since. She's here with us today. Everybody welcome up Ethel Poco. We got one more special guest in here. All right, we're talking about this person went to Joliet West, okay, a local. She led that school to a state championship. It was the second ever state championship for girls basketball in the state of Illinois. She went to Illinois State University. She broke all kinds of records. She still holds a bunch of them. She was an All-American. All right, she played basketball, coached basketball for almost 25 years. She played overseas for 14 years. She came back and she played in the ABL, right, the American Basketball League, before the WNBA, including for the Chicago Condors. And in 1984, she represented the United States of America in the Olympics and helped win the first gold medal for women's basketball. Please help me welcome up Kathy Boswell. All right, so part of why we did this is because we're so excited to bring this community together. You heard about this being grassroots, and we want you to go and talk to Kathy, talk to Coach, ask them about their.
Okay, anyway, I just wanted to share that because I was like, literally, there's legends right in front of me. I said Chicago Courage. I mean Chicago Hustle. Anyway, it was really cool. It was an awesome event. And I just wanted to share that. There's so much history that we got to talk about on this channel. Yes, there needs to be a segment about the Chicago Hustle. Yes, I will get on that. I promise. I will get on that, okay? Nancy says, what was this event? Well, this was the EJ Lee documentary screening that happened yesterday at Babes, Chicago's first women's sports bar. This happened yesterday. There was a panel. We had some legends in the building. We also had some giveaway items that they were doing, and then we watched the film. We watched a part of the film that's and we saw the EJ Lee jersey unveiling. And there was like a DJ set, but I had to go home because I was like, I'm tired. I gotta go. But anyway, it was fantastic. I just wanted to share my experience with you all. Maybe this is interesting. Maybe it's not. Either way, this channel is more than just a current events channel. And I want to make sure that in the future it stays that way. And so my hope is that we all learn and grow together, right? When I learn something new, I'm gonna tell y'all, okay? And when y'all learn something new, y'all better tell me, okay? Y'all better tell me. All right. Anyway, that's the segment. I ain't got nothing else. Y'all have a good one. Be kind to one another. Tell somebody that they matter, because they truly, truly do, guys. And if no one has told you, let me tell you, you matter. You are important. And I am happy, so very happy that you are on this earth, guys. Y'all have a good one. Have a good day. All right. I love you. Most importantly, guys, Jesus loves you, and he wants a relationship with you guys. I see y'all in the next one. See y'all tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going to continue to obsess about EJ Lee because this lady is amazing. Anyway, check her out. Check out the documentary. If you can, if you have the finances, please financially support it if you can. And keep it locked on this channel, because you never know what you're going to hear. You're going to hear some random history. You're going to hear about the now. You're going to hear about the future. Like, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, all right, on this channel, all about the awesomeness of women's basketball, okay? All right. Let me find my exit. Where is my exit? All right, here we go. Bye-bye.
Are you ready?